Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is a wintry day in March and we're having a blast out here. Can you all see how beautiful it is? The cool thing is it's not a really windy snow, it's just one of those peaceful snows, but it is snowing pretty heavy and it's kind of wet. It's like 30 degrees, so it's barely cold enough to make it snow. And we are going on a stealth camping adventure today. These woods right here, they're right next to a major highway, right outside of a big city. And there's just this really weird piece of timber here. I'm not gonna give away the location because, well, you guys know, but it's a very odd piece of timber that's totally undeveloped. I think it's because of all these creeks that are running through it. There's quite a few of them, so they haven't really done anything with it. But we are gonna try to find a good place to set up camp. Got a variety of camping equipment. I don't know if we're gonna go for a no shelter stealth camp, or if we're gonna set up the hot tent, or just a regular tent. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We'll see though, once we find a spot. One interesting thing to note about today is that the clocks are springing ahead 1 hour tonight. So that means everybody, at least in the United States, I believe, except for Arizona and maybe one other state, are losing an hour of sleep, but gaining an hour of sunlight in the evening. So it's kind of a trade-off. Now I'm just gonna finish getting the tensioners, gonna tighten them up and make it look a little bit prettier, and we'll be done with the tent soon. Not too bad. So now we have a place to store everything. I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like. It never looks quite as good as it does on other YouTubers' videos. Maybe yours looks awesome. I mean, it's not too bad. Not too bad. I'm gonna get that shaken off and inside the tent. I'm gonna get everything inside the tent because it's getting all wet. Alright guys, now that I have everything inside the tent, I think the next order of business is going to be getting a campfire started, because my hands got quite wet during this process and they're a little bit cold. So I want to get a fire started to get my hands warmed up pretty good before I start rolling up the chimney and getting the stovepipe assembled. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. I have been able to get a fire started. This area is very quiet and peaceful so far. My tent is getting snow on it pretty fast, and it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. I think it'll be fine though. Gonna keep working on the fire, get a good bed of coals, get a steady fire going, get my hands warm, dry, and then we're gonna get the stove set up and get on firewood duty. Just wanted to take a minute to show you around the campsite. Here's my fire. Here's kind of where I'm collecting firewood in this region. Gotta love GoPro batteries, as I always love saying. Anyways, so here's kind of our camp. We have the surrounding timber. We're very enclosed here, so it's a great spot. I don't anticipate being seen out here or even heard over the car noise and everything around here. Tent. Yeah, this is beautiful. Very beautiful. Happy. Gonna keep working on this fire and get some firewood. Eventually get the stove going. All right, guys. It was a bit of a disaster with the outside fire because I couldn't get it going. It was just being snowed on way too much, and it's coming down pretty heavy still right now. So I'm gonna get the stove set up and get some heat in here because my hands are pretty cold. So gonna get to work on that. Wish me luck. too bad. Let's get it set up. Got the chimney pipe pretty filled with smoke there. It's roaring pretty good, as you can see. So that's good because everything out here is soaking wet, and I'm starting to really worry about being able to keep this stove going. But it does look like it's going pretty good by the looks of it. Very high humidity right now. So it's that wet kind of cold, and it's the type of cold that's also really dangerous. In fact, I think it's kind of turned into a rain almost here. You could almost say it's raining, but I'm not sure. And I keep getting some firewood so I can stay comfortable tonight. And dry out everything I got. Time update, guys. It's about 6 p.m. the night of springing forward in time an hour, and this is the view outside of my tent. Need my lens. It's gonna be dark soon. It's been snowing for about 7 hours straight, I think. It is gonna keep snowing for a while, but that's all right because we are starting to get comfortable in here. We are going to be cooking food soon. Alright folks, it is the final minutes of light out here. We're kind of just gonna do one more take. That's where I've been doing most of my cutting. Tent. There's my failed fire. I gave up on that. It was taking up way too much time and resources and fire starter and everything you can think of to get that started. I'm just kind of doing a final peek. I'm gonna do one final take on firewood. I'm gonna do one final round of cutting, and we're gonna go inside. So I'm gonna get cutting some firewood, and I'll catch y'all in a bit. So, hello everybody. It is about 8:30 in the PM, 32 degrees, and it is sleeting and snowing right now. But in the tent, I have just finished making 3 pieces of bacon. I've already ate 2 of them. It is so good. This tent is getting warm and nice in here. Big difference in temperatures these days in here. Time is 8:54 p.m. and it is still snowing and sleeting, more so snowing I think, and I'm cold. Even though I'm in a hot tent, it's still very cold because my fire tends to go in and out due to the wood being so wet, so it's kind of like come and go. When it's hot, it's really nice, but when it gets cold, it's pretty cold. My clothes are also wet, so that certainly doesn't help. Ooh, excuse me. That was a really good steak. Very delicious and very filling. I definitely needed that. Gonna be making up some more bacon. Gonna get quite a good fill tonight because I need some energy to sleep, to stay warm, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Gonna get to sleep early since I lose a night or an hour, and just kind of been chilling. It's been quiet other than ice clumps hitting the tent sometimes, or the snow falling from branches hitting the tent like right now, and I can kind of hear the roar to the stove and the pitter patter on the tent. There is a bit of car noise from the highway. But we're decently far from the highway now, so it's kind of drowned out a little ways. So overall, very quiet here. Very quiet. Not even a dog. It's almost always at least a dog barking. No coyotes, no birds. Not a big wildlife area here, it seems. But I bet there is. Just not at this moment. But yeah, great steak. That was delicious. Very filling. Very needed, for sure. We're gonna have to work on making sure getting stuff dried and ready for the morning. That should be fun. I've been cooking in here for literally like 3 hours straight. If somebody were to just walk in here and open the tent, I think they'd be like, dude, it smells like bacon in here. I'd be like, yeah. I'm surprised it doesn't smell like bacon times 10. Alright guys, it's 11:30 and I am exhausted. It has been a tiring night, so I'm gonna hit the hay and I'll catch y'all in the morning. Peace. Morning guys. Time is about 9:30. The clocks have sprung ahead a little bit, and that means we're behind schedule. We have plenty to worry about. We gotta worry about if our car's still there. We gotta worry about if it snowed in. Gotta worry if we'll be able to get back home. Gotta get everything set up, but first we gotta get warm. I'm kind of just sitting here freezing, you know. It's like 25 degrees right now. But I got that going pretty good, so it should be giving us some pretty good heat. Good. I just want everything dried out in here first before I start packing everything up because everything's just so wet. To start the pack up process, I have got this packed up. I got my sleeping bag packed up. And I have my sleeping bag liner packed up. So I've got 3 things already packed up. It's very warm in here. As you can see, the steam's kind of rising from my pants. Got some good heat. Got to keep it going though, so we're gonna baton some more wood. That noise, it's a big train coming by. We're only about 100 feet from a giant train track. Came through in the middle of the night last night too, and it was really loud. Woke me up actually. Kind of cool though. Coffee time. Hey, just checking in folks. The time is about 10:30 and we are about halfway packed up, I would say. Pretty much done for all intents and purposes. Cheers. Ah, that coffee is slamming right now. That is some good stuff. I'm thinking after this, I'm gonna get packed up, have another cup of coffee. Yeah, pretty comfortable in here. Bags somewhat packed up, good to go. Got a couple of other ins and outs, but we'll get them packed up here. All right, folks, the time is 10:30. It is 25 degrees, and we are an hour ahead for the 100th time in this video. So right now, I think it's about time. We are going to take down the stove, the tent, and that's it. The rest of everything's already packed up. All in this bag, ready to go. So we're ready to exit the tent and get started for our day. Has been a very cold adventure. I underestimated how wet that snow actually gets your clothes. Just like everything was totally soaked. Just everything just soaked. The whole time. You know, my clothes were cold. Luckily, I was wearing the right clothes. I'm wearing all wool right now. If I was wearing cotton, that could have been nasty. No joke there. Tonight was this adventure was the first time I've ever truly been thankful that I actually invested in good outdoor clothing, because it definitely kept me warm. Because even when wool's wet, it can keep you warm. And so even though I was, you know, my clothes were wet, I was still fairly comfortable. So I was extremely grateful for that. Plus with the hot tent, I could dry everything out, at least the best I could. This stove really doesn't get that hot, and it's a very small stove, so you can't really get it. It's hard to work with, let me just tell you that. If you think you want to do this and go buy a stove like this, just let me warn you, I'm not an outdoor expert, but in my opinion, this stove is very temperamental. You really got to baby a stove this size, and especially in such a small tent, you know, like you can't really sit or stand up or anything, so you're pretty much scrunched over the whole night too. So this is definitely kind of a hiking type of setup, not luxurious or glamorous at all. Anyways, with that being said, we're gonna break everything down and get out of here. All right, folks. Oh, almost fell. This is what the campsite looks like. Campsite is packed up. That's what it looks like. Unused firewood. Bag is packed. And we're off to the races. So, let's get to the car. One final look-see. On the road again. Here we go, on the road again. Alright guys, my heart's beating. Is my car gonna be there? I'll know soon. I'm awfully nervous. Can my car even get out of here? My car can barely handle a quarter-inch of snow, so it's yet to be seen too. Oh boy, here you go. Car is still there, that's a good sign. Now let's see if we can actually get the car out. That will be the fun part. Nobody is waiting for us either. We might be all right. Let's hope. We're not in the clear till we're on the road.